Right then, welcome back to Tomb Raider 2013 mod. Now, if you remember, the last time I did go on the first fast travel to go to one place to the other, which is one place was that we ended up at the shipwreck place, which was on a beach, and finished off one tomb that was with some sort of machinery. With when I finished off the tomb, it got Lara to say some kind of fishery place. As well as what I did after that was that I came out of the shipwreck, which is this big massive place, and I went to the fast travel to which I'm going to do roughly to show you that on the fast travel I ended up having several load of tent shapes. Like if you look at the bottom and the middle of the screen, that you'll find loads and loads of camps with tent shapes. Now, like the one that's on the left, that I've got a shape over the shape that looks like a tent, but there is loads of them. Like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 12 of them at the moment, because like I said, that I fast travelled one place to another, which was the shipwreck, and fast travelled into the Crystal Forest, and it had a certain number up to the Pacific Descent. If you look at the top right side of the screen this time, that you'll find the name of the Crystal Forest, and you'll see it say that is up to 100% on there. Because what I did do was fast travelled onto the second one, that you might have noticed that the middle of the left hand side of different ones of the tent shapes are. I just moved it with L3 nozzle I'm using to push it towards the other one, because there's two of them on the left hand side that will say that there's two parts of the Crystal Forest. Because on the first one, as you can see in the middle of the screen, that there's a white patch on there with a bit of grey bit in there as well, which is basically, it's linked up to two parts of the Crystal Forest. Because on the second one that I am on at the moment, with the bit in the middle of the loads of campsites of the tents in there, I went in that second one to allow you to find rest of the documents and the GPS caches, because I believe there was only one document to grab hold of, two of the relics, as well as just two of the GPS caches that was needed to be grabbed hold of. But some around there, I think, as far as I can remember on top of my head. Yeah, but there was definitely one document to grab hold of, two relics, because there was 4 out of 5 of the documents and only 1 out of 3 of the relics, as well as how many GPS caches there were in my top of my head from the picture of how long I did this before I'm going to start another recording, which is today, which is about this one. And so I did all that, so you would have had 100% on the Crystal Forest, as well as on the Crystal Forest was that I went in a tomb that would have allowed you to find a plane sitting somewhere in the middle, as well as well, some candle torches or something like that, which would have allow you to burn the plane down, because it had a couple of cloths that was dangling around the place near towards the plane, and where you had to burn the sheets down. And when you did a couple of those, the plane kept breaking into several parts of it, and allow you to break it even more to allow you to get on top of the plane's wing, to allow you to get to the box, a big box that allows you to get 1250 XP, as well as 250 salvage, or even it's probably 1,000 actually. It could be 1,000 as far as I can remember. Yeah, it could have been 1,000, because you have to find every tomb, complete every tomb, and open every single box that is in the tomb, which will allow you to grab 1,000 salvage. So we did all that, and fast travelled all the way back in here, which is a nice little place on the beach, which is a bit freaking dark, don't you think? But so as we are on the camp site of the shipwreck, we are going to go through some bits and pieces before we do anything. But first, I'm going to go to the salvage. But before I do that, you'll find 3 different sets of things you can do with your camps. Now, there is always one with 3 different things. Now, what you're looking for is a camp that will look like a tent. Will allow you to find 3 things: salvage, fast travel, and skills. Okay. But the other one is like a campfire, which will allow you to use skill points and only salvage. Alright. Those are the 2 different camps you can find. Campfires, or bonfires, as well as a tent camp. Alright, so I'm going to go back to the salvage, as I said before. Right, now, before I do anything else, is that when I did do the first final tomb in the shipwreck, I would have grabbed hold of a new part of a weapon, which is your final part that goes to the pistol, because there is 5 weapons you can have, which is your bow, you'll have a shotgun, your third one, which would be a rifle, your 4th one would be a pistol, and your 5th one is a lovely axe that, well, someone did have, and they lent it to Lara. Which, in a couple of recordings I did, that something happened to them. Because, before going further, that we did have 8 friends. Now, what I mean by that is that the other 7 are mainly Lara's friends, because Lara only can move when we're using our controllers. So, Lara's got 7 friends, but a couple died. But before I go too far in deep with that we did have Reyes, Sam, Whitman, Alex, Jonah, Grim, and Roth. Now, Grim was the first person that died, when he was standing on the platform somewhere in a certain place where he was saying, "Don't fucking do it." As what I'm confirming to is that Grim said, well, let's put it another way, some person that said, "Drop your weapons or else I kill the man." And then Grim said, "Don't fucking do it." And then the guy started to cut through his neck. And then slowly but surely, Lara says, "Okay, okay." And then the guy says, "Kick them off the edge." As he's confirmed that he's confirming to your weapons, basically, every single one of them. But once that was done with, and then Grim grabbed all of the axe, sword, knife, weapon, or whatever it is. I'm pretty sure it's some sort of knife thing, and he started to cut someone's head off, and another guy was coming towards him, and he pushed the other person off, so Grim was still around, and then another guy turned up and was like, "Oh, you want to push my friend off? Alright, you can come with me and I'll take you with me." And so the guy took Grim, and he died. So there was only 6 other people left, and the next person died, which was Roth. He died with a load of people that was involved in Matthias with a weapon, as well as Matthias had about 4 or 5 people with him, and then Roth got his gun and shot a couple over, and Lara was standing beside him, as well as Roth saw Matthias get his axe, and he thought he's going to hit Lara in the chest. So then what Roth did, turn Lara around so he can turn around for Lara to be protected, and since the axe was thrown from Matthias and whacked Roth in the back, so he died. So there's your second one. Your third one was that Alex died, which was the last place we was in, I believe. But or was it before that? It's either one of those two. That Alex was in a boat, and he had his leg trapped, and Lara went to go and see what was going on and see what she to do to help him, but she tried to, because there was a metal pole, a water valve or some sort of kind of thing that was trapped in his ankle, and couldn't get it free, and Lara tried to do it, but obviously she wasn't strong enough to do it, as well as like I said, take the tools and go. And Lara's shaking her head saying, "I'm not doing that," which is probably that's what Lara's mind was saying, but you can't tell what people say, do you? But yes, and then Alex died, and there's only 5 people left. So we'll have to see. But yeah, when we saw the first time with Grim, when we first saw Roth in a certain place, he had an axe that we grabbed hold of, which was just this thing. And back to the weapons now. That's when I said about the second part from doing the second tomb in the shipwreck. That's the final part was the pistol. Now, what it has done when I completed every single tomb, because some tombs will allow you to have one part of the pistol, and the second one would give you a second part of it, and the third part, which will allow you to have the rest of all the remaining pieces. And what I mean by that it has given you one of these, which allows you to use more bullets in your gun. That's what that is. That what you'll grab hold of. And the other one is that you will have another one of these, which allows you to get the bullets to be a lot more painful to hurt people with. Like if you give yourself a good old punch in the chest, it flipping hurts. But I'm not doing that. But yeah, that's what the bullets will do. It just makes the people hurt a lot more, as well as you could have possibly a better chance of flicking killing people. So that is your other bit that you can grab hold of. So if you grab all the tombs, whenever you finish all the tombs, especially certain ones that's in certain places, like the shipwreck, another one which was in the gone too far out, which would have been in the where is it? In the shanty town, you'll find a piece in there, and you'll find another piece, your final piece of it, which would be in the mountain village. That's where you'll find the 3 pieces up of the pistol. So yeah, those are the 3 places you want to look for your 3 parts of your pistol, which would change your name of your pistol, because it was a certain name. I can't remember from the top of my head what it was freaking called, but you'll find it called NAGNUM pistol, whatever that spells. But yeah, as well as on the left hand side you'll find the name of it, as well as it will say complete, which is every single bloody one there is, which gives you a maximum of 10 bits on them. Now I'm going to go through these. Right, so the first one on the left hand side in the middle of the screen that you'll find that has got a tick on it that I've done lately, which allows you to push the R1 button on your console controller, which allows you to do something with it. And what I mean by that is that you'll be able to fire 3 bullets at once. And what I mean by that is that I'm going to give you a demonstration how it works. Is that when you do pay for this, which is for 400 salvage, that you want to be aware of to pay for. Alright, so when you do push the R1, you're going to get that kind of thing. 3 bang bang bangs at once. That's why I was doing a hand clap for 3 times in a row to try and do it exactly like that. So that's what that will do. Alright. Next one along, which has been paid for, which was 200 salvage, which allows you to carry some more bullets in your gun. Now, when you haven't paid for this one, you'll allow yourself to fire 8 bullets in your gun. Alright, so when you do pay for 200 for this one, allow you to give yourself to fire 18 more bullets. So you've got 18 bullets to fire, because you can allow yourself to do 10 rounds with 8 bullets that you start off with. So you want more than 8 bullets, then select this one for 200 and you'll have 18 bullets to fire. Next one along, which is this one, which is for 250. And the way you can tell that is actually 250 is if you look on the right hand side, it will say 250. That will be a colour green to say you've got plenty, because on the left hand side of the screen, above the name of the pistol, it will show you 6,022, which is how much salvage I've got. So that'll allow you to know exactly how much salvage I've got, as well as on the right hand side, like I said, for 250, that's how much it's going to cost you to allow you to have 12 more bullets in your gun with 18 that you've already got. Alright, if you have done from what I have done so far. Alright, so let me calculate this correctly. So if you've done the 10 with the 8 you've already got, you would have 18. And if you put the other 12, which would have gave you 30 bullets. 30 bullets to fire. Now, when you do select one of these two, but you have to select this one first to get this one unlocked. But also, when you do select this one, there'll be a white patch on your right hand side of your screen, like I'm going to show you right now. That's I'm going to select the pistol, and I'll hold the R1 L2 button in, that you'll find a white patch on the right hand side of the screen with a number 32 sitting on there, and you'll see a bit of it that's white. There's a white patch going around it on the left hand side between the numbers. So that white patch there is basically your bullets, of how many bullets you can fire. Like I said, that there was 18 I can fire, but when, or let's say if you had 8 bullets to fire, you'll find 8 bits of white patch getting towards the middle bit where your number will say 32 or 50, because the number that's 32 over there, you'll find a very, very dark patch right in the middle on the right hand side of the screen that will say how many bullets can be used, and the white patch is basically how many bullets it can fire. Okay, because the maximum number, if you're a first time player, you'll allow yourself to use 50 bullets whenever you feel like you want to use some. Alright, so like I said, when you use them, that white patch will go down. Okay, so that white patch is giving me 18 bullets to waste instead of using 32 bullets all at once. So it saves you to use a fair less than you think you should use. But yeah, so when you do pay for the other one of the bits that goes to this, with your shape of your cylinder that goes underneath the pistol, as you can see, that the pistol has the little cylinder underneath the gun, and you can see it sticking out a little bit. But when you do pay for this one, that little bit will stick out. But also when you do move on to the next one, which I'm going to do, you can see the bottom bit underneath the gun, it's stuck itself even freaking further down on the screen. Look, you can look at the middle of the screen on the right side a bit, you can see the stick has stuck itself right a bit further out. So like I said, that you've got 12 bullets to go into your gun, but the white patch, like I said, that'll start to push itself even further around the place. So that's what I mean by, it will say 12 rounds by paying for 250, as well as paying for the first one, which allows you to use 10 rounds of the bullets to make 18 in total, but it will allow you to pay 200. Alright, so next of all, which is this one here, which is damage, which is the same sort of thing like I said earlier, that when you do pay for 200, which is what it's worth, allows you to fire your bullets, but the bullets will hurt people just a little bit, not a great deal, but yeah, same sort of thing. If you tap your hand just a little bit, it doesn't flicker that. If you tap your hand a little bit flicking hard on top of your other hand, it'll start to sting, as well as, same again, if you push it, if you slap your hand really flicking hard, it'll flick into eyes badly. So yeah, so when you pay for this one, the bullets will hurt someone a bit of pain, but also when you do pay for 200, this one will come active, which is the same sort of thing. It will allow you to pay 250 this time, as well as the bullets will hurt people even much more. But as you can see, that the number 250 has gone grey, Now what that means is that you're going to have to pay for this one first for 200. Then this one will come green for you to pay 250 if you got that. Same thing again. When you do pay for this one, which is the final piece of the gun that you'll grab hold of, which is this one. But like I said before, the bullets will flick it at people even more badly and really flicking kill them possibly. But that is 400 salvage. Yeah. So every time you're paying for things, the prices will boost itself even flicking higher. So be aware of that. So damage will be a lot more powerful for you to use the bullets to kill people with. Next one along, which is allows you to reload your gun back up even faster. Okay, so when you're firing the gun and when you see that white patch going down anti-clockwise to change the white patch to go even darker. So when you see it go darker and you push the square or X to reload it back up, and you think that's far too slow when you've got about 6 people still fighting against you with more powerful guns than a bloody pistol. Like for example, like a shotgun for example. That's more powerful than a flicking gun, isn't it? So you've got a lot of people with their shotguns and they're shooting you, and you think that gun's not quick enough to load up when you really fancy this gun than anything else, then you might put some reload in it to allow you to get the gun to go even higher. Well, load up even faster for you to keep pushing the R2 in and out to keep firing. Alright, yeah, but then again, it is 200 salvage by the way, so keep that in mind. Next one along, which is allows you to have rate of fire, which is similar to what I did on the 3 bullets for the gun, but this time this is just for you to push your R2 in, which is basically your fire button basically. So when you push the R2 in, you're going to get, and you keep doing it in and out, you're going to get that kind of thing. Alright, but when you do pay for this and you do push the R2 in and out, you're going to get, you're going to keep getting that kind of thing. Alright, but that's 300 salvage by the way, so you need to be very careful what you do with that, but it's up to you. But the thing that I'm saying about be careful of is the salvage that you only can carry, because if you've got 600, even though I've got 6,000 sitting up there on the left hand side, and you got 400 sitting over, oh, I could be getting down on paying for specific ones you really fancy a lot, so you want to be very, very careful with that. Alright, next of all, which has been paid for, I'm sorry, so you won't know exactly how much that is, but I'm pretty sure it was something like 300 or 250, something like that. Now what that'll do is allow you to get Lara to hold the gun a bit better, and what I mean by that is when she's pushing the trigger, the gun won't shake, so you can just keep pushing the R2 in and the gun will stay accurate, really pretty good. Alright, so yeah, it's worth paying for 250 if it was that kind of amount. I'm pretty sure it was something like that. Yeah, you can pay for that. But last of all, right now, as you can see, that on the right hand side in the middle of the screen somewhere on the gun, as well as there's something right below the gun, which is something that's pretty good. That's as you can see on the right hand side of the screen, that is worth 350, which is allows you to do something that's pretty flicking good. But I'm not going to pay for that, because I like something better than just having that stupid thing on top of it. Now what that will do it will allow you to push the down D-pad button for you to push 2 times to put the round thing onto it. Okay, and when you do put that on and you switch to another weapon and you light the cylinder gun on the gun, which will do something which I'm going to explain to you in a moment, but when you switch it to another weapon like a bow for example and you go back to the pistol, that cylinder will come back off. Okay, so you'll have to push the down D-pad 2 times to get it back on. Alright, so the best part of it is that if you've got about 5 or 6 people around you and you're sneaking right behind someone or standing quite far away from them and you have the scope on, which is the name for it, which allows you to get away from getting spotted, as well as not letting anybody notice what the hell you're bloody doing. Is roughly is that the gun will do something like what I'm going to do is I'm going to tap my hand and you might notice, think, what's that? You think, that's freaking quiet. So that's what that can do, it can make it quiet. But also, if you do decide to play for 350, you can turn it on whenever you want. But if you want your gun to just do that every time you bloody push the R2 button in, then that's up to you. But yeah, if you want that kind of sound and just a little piddly bit of bang, not a little diddy bit of a bang, then that's fine. But yeah, that's what I like. I like a lot of freaking bangs. A lot of bang, bang, bang all the time. So that's why I'm going to keep a load of my salvage instead of paying for 350 for that bloody stupid thing. But it's up to you. Alright, so that's all then. Also, you will find a rifle gun that I have got now, which is a name of it on the left hand side that you'll find, and it will say COMMANDO, whatever that spells. And below the name of it on the left hand side again, you'll find it say complete, which has got all the bits in there, which is 11 pieces of it, which is got some bits and pieces and some bits that are pretty similar to what you might recognise that's in there in the middle of the screen that you'll see. Okay, the first one on the left hand side as I start, which is about some grenades, which is similar to boom instead of bang. So first of all, that this one is not for being paid for, it's for free for you to grab hold of straight away whenever you grab the grenade launcher, which is the name for it. And the next one along, which is allows you to grab some more grenades, because you'll start with 3 of them, but also you can grab a lot more of those if you want. But on the right hand side on the screen again, it will say 500. Dun dun dun, far too expensive. But I prefer using 3 of those possibly, but I've got 6,022, so it might be a risk to do. Alright, so if you want more grenades, then that's for you, if you fancied it. Next one up, which is the same sort of thing with the pistol, again, which is allows you to carry more bullets for you to fire, because the rifle gun, whichever kind of one, you might have a WWII rifle, or assault rifle, and whichever kind of rifle it is, allows you to grab the same sort of amount of bullets to fire. Because if you haven't paid for this one, you'll allow yourself to fire Right, start again. So if you haven't paid for this one, any rifle you've got allows you to fire about 45 bullets or so, because the maximum number is 90 bullets that you can use, but there is a number for 45 for you to use if you haven't selected this one. And same again with the pistol. When you hold the gun up on the right hand side of the screen, you'll find the white patch going around the middle of the number that you've got to use, and whenever you fancied it, then do exactly what you want to do with the R2 and fire it however you want it. As well as when you do pay for this one, the white patch will turn around a bit more further around the middle number of how many bullets you've got. Alright, so that's what that does. Alright, because the rifle, any rifle allows you to fire a lot more bullets than a bloody pistol. Okay, so if you want to use a lot more than 45 bullets, then select this one, which was, I think it was about 250, 200, something like that. Can't remember from the top of my head, but yeah, it was something like that as well. Next one along, which is for 350, which is to do with damage. Same thing again. The bullets will hurt people just a bit, not a lot. And once again, when you do pay for 350, the bullets will be a lot more powerful for you to hurt people with. But also, it is locked, so you're going to have to select this one first before your next one comes to be green. But it is 400 salvage, so be very, very careful. Alright, because yes, it could be a bit risky for the bullets to hurt people with 400 salvage. That is a bit of a coincidence of just trying to rip your salvage down. So you want to be very, very careful. Alright, next of all, which is to do with something that has been paid already. Because every time when you're paying for stuff, you'll find a tick on there. Alright. And so, when you do pay for it, you'll not be able to see your price of how much it was worth, which I will double check in a moment, because when you do pay for it, the next one will come unlocked for you to pay for. And also back to this one, which is it was 300 salvage for you to pay for. Alright, but also what it will do is allows Lara to hold the gun a bit more steady. And what I mean by that is basically keep it still as much as you can, especially when you're pushing the R2 button in and keeping that bloody thing pushed in. Alright, because when you're doing that, the bullets will come out quickly, really quick. Alright, so when you've got the accuracy towards somewhere, when you're aiming at something and you have paid for this one, then the accuracy will stay a bit more spot on to wherever you're aiming at. Alright, because if you haven't paid for 300 for this thing, the guns will be shaking all over the place when you're aiming at a deer or a person, especially a person in the head, and the gun might fire right above the person's head or towards the tree trunk from someone standing right beside it and misses from the left side or right side of the head when you're firing it. And so you might want to do that if you want to have a better chance of hitting them with. Next one along, which is this one that allows you to do more accurate without the gun shaking all over the place, to be less more awkward, to keep spot on to what you're aiming at, especially with people in the head or in the chest. in that kind of place where you want to shoot them. But also it's been ticked, so you're going to have to find that you're going to have to pay for 350 for that, to do that. Alright, next one along, which allows the bullets to go back in even faster, like I said with the pistol. But that is 300 salvage, so you want to be very, very careful with that. Alright, next one along, which is rate of fire. And let me demonstrate this again in a minute. But it is 250. Alright, so if you haven't paid for it, and you push the R2 button in and you keep it in there, it's going to do that. Alright, but also when you're pushing that R2 in and you're paying for 250 and you do absolutely pay for it and you keep that bloody R2 in, you're going to get that to do that as fast as the bullets can flicking come out to kill people. But the problem is that if you only got 45 bullets left in your gun and you do keep that flicking R2 button in and you pay for that, then the bullets are going to go flicking well gone and you're going to run out of flicking bullets and you haven't got nothing left. So you want to be very, very careful with that. Alright, but also what you can do is just push the R2 button in and out, in and out, in and out. You can keep pushing it in and out, so you don't have to waste as much. Alright, so that's the other option you can do. Next one along, which is for your scope. Now what I mean by that is basically for the accuracy for Lara to use, as well as you using R3 nozzle, which is going to allow you to zoom in and out for the symbol of the aim system for you to see roughly whereabouts you can fire at. So you can pay for 250 for that, as it's asking you to pay for it. So you've got a chance of shooting people if you want with that to be a bit more accurate. Well, I'm going to keep it off because it can be a bit annoying at times. But like I say, it could be a possibility if you want to just keep it off so you can deal with exactly how you want to do it. And same thing again with the R3 with whatever gun you use. It does exactly the same thing, in and out, in and out, in and out. For you to not have a kind of scope like this thing that's sitting on top of the gun there. Alright, so it's up to you. Next one along, which is this one, which is another scope thing. Same thing like I said, with your right D-pad button. If you want it on, push the right D-pad 2 times. Alright, for you to have it on, for the bullets to just be a bit more flicking quieter. Alright, but also if you have already got it on, when you push the right D-pad 2 times and you switch it to your bow or your pistol, that thing will come back off when you select it to use that gun again. And so you have to push the right D-pad to push it 2 times again to get it back on. Alright, but also if you don't want it on and you want that to be flicking loud as possible, then don't pay for it, because it's 500 salvage. It is 500. So if you got only 500 salvage, then it's a bit flicking risky to do that. Alright, so it's up to you. Next one along, which is to do with a shotgun, which is called Pump Action Shotgun, which is on the left hand side of the screen. It will say Pump Action Shotgun, and below that of the name it will say find a shotgun part to unlock the next shotgun. Alright, but also at the bottom in the middle screen again, at the bottom in the middle screen, yep, sorry, it will allow you to find number 7. which is basically 7 pieces of the gun that you can select out of. Alright. And also that you will find some that's been ticked off and some of them hasn't. Now the first one on the left hand side with all the 7 different ones there are, which allows you to have a certain button for you to push, which is R1 button. Now what the R1 button will do, which was to allow you to get a distance to reach how far a person is, or a deer, or how far away they are. So let's say if you saw a person that was 10 centimeters away, so if you saw a person that was 10 centimeters, oh for goodness sake, excuse me. So when you meet a person that's 10 centimeters away from you, you can just push the R2 button in and just push it. But if you see a person that's about 15 or 20 centimeters away from you, then you might want to use the R1 button for you to shoot them from a certain distance. And if someone's about 5 or 10 centimeters away, you can just push the R2 button in, and you got a chance of having one person dead, or however how many people that's quite close to you enough for you to kill them. So if they're not quite close enough to you and you think, I'm not going to be able to kill them with that, you might want to play for this one, which allows you to push the R1 button in to get a better chance of killing them if they're just about 10 centimeters away. To say, is that 10 centimeters away, or is it more than 15 centimeters away from me? Especially whoever plays it. And you think, it's a bit too freaking far away from me. Oh, I should have gone to the campsite to pay for that freaking thing, because it was 400 salvage. If you may notice that on the right hand side it will say complete on there. So that's 400 if you want it. Next one along, which allows you to fire some shotgun fire bullets. Alright. And also, as you can see, that is being paid for, which doesn't seem to be in my system at the moment, as far as I'm checking, but I will find out sooner or later. But before I do that, what we are going to do is move on to the next one, which is, oh, just a sec, no, we haven't found it, sorry. Okay, right, so the next one is this one right here, but I'm pretty sure this one, for the fire shotgun shells, they were for 350 or something odd. Alright, next one along, which is damage, which is basically for the bullets to hurt people with. Same thing again, just when you're pushing the R2 button in and you haven't paid for 325, the bullets are going to hurt people just a bit. That's all they're going to do. But also, when you do pay for 325 for this, the bullets of the shotgun will hurt people a bit more. Alright, a lot more if you want to pay for it, because it is 325, so it's up to you. Next one again, which is allows you to have rate of fire. Alright, what I mean by that is when you're pushing the R2 button in, you're probably going to get that kind of thing. But when you do pay for it, which is for 300, and you push the R2 in, you're probably going to get like that kind of thing. But also when you do do keep pushing it in and out, you're going to get like that kind of thing from it. If you want, if you really would like to have it. Alright, next one along, which is for 300 as well, which allows you to have a round little tube underneath the gun. But as you may have noticed, that the other ones I've read out, it hasn't got the round thing at all underneath the gun, has it? It's got the little orangey yellow thing underneath it. So what this one will do is allows Lara to grab hold of the gun, as well as, like I said with the other two guns I said, that the gun for Lara to hold on to will be a bit more steady for you to fire it. Alright, so if you want the gun to stay a bit more steady, then pay for 300 for that. As well as you find the next one that is locked, which is this one as well, which is another 300. But also, as you can see now, that the hand at the back of the gun has got a bit of string or a bit of cloth around it, which is similar. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me, God. Doesn't very usually happen to me, but it has. Right, so now, as you can see, the gun's got a bit of cloth, which allows Lara to grab on it even more easier and steadier for her to fire it with your R2 button in. But also, it is locked, so you have to pay for the other one first for 300 before that comes active for you to pay for 300. And last of all, which is the final one, which has been paid for. So that one, which I will point out in a moment when I've sorted my other machinery out, which is got me into the right place for that. Good. So this one, which allows you to load your gun up a bit more quicker. Alright, same goes with your bullets, because you can only fire 6 shotgun shells at the moment. As well as if you've been following along from the way I've done it, then you know exactly how that works. But it is worth 350 for that, so you might want to do that if you want. And last of all, which is the bow, which is called COMPETITION, whatever that flicking is spelt. But also, when I opened up a box or something, it has given me the final pieces, which are brand new, and it looks like there is 3 pieces, 3 new pieces that I haven't read out yet. But we'll get to that in a moment, because they are roughly in the middle of the screen, in between 11 pieces. Sorry, there are 3 new pieces roughly in the middle of 10 pieces you can grab hold of, because on the left hand side you'll find the word of it, and it will say below it complete, which is all the pieces you can grab hold of. Alright, so the first one on the left hand side, which has got a tick on it, which allows you to have some string, which you'll find a picture of it up in the middle with the other arrows that's around there. So if I turn the gun around, at the bow around, you can see some sharp little bits at the top, which is your arrows. So the bit up above, which is your string, which allows you to push your R1 button in, and it allows you to pull some other string off something. Like for example, in some other recordings I've done, you'll find a door with some string for you to rip the door off, for you to go straight through from whatever it's guarding, as well as some string that's tied around somewhere for people to stay right behind it and say, oh, I'm not going to get hurt today. But we say, oh yes, you bloody are. So you might want to grab that, because it is for free, so you don't have to pay for no salvage whatsoever. Next one along, which is exactly the same thing, it is for free, which allows you to use fire arrows. And what I mean by that is to use your up D-pad just once to switch it to normal arrows or turn it into flames. Alright, so it's up to you. choose whichever one, but you have to make sure you push the up D-pad just once. Alright, if you want to swap it to whatever one you've got that you're using. Alright, next of all, which is allows you to use more fire arrows to hurt people with. But it is for 300 salvage. 350, sorry. 350 for that. For the arrows to be a bit more burnable. So it allows you to use some fire arrows to be a bit more chance of burning people a lot more better. Alright, so that's 350. Next one along, which is 650, which allows you to do explosives. Alright, similar to the assault rifle, or a rifle, for example, for grenades. So this is similar sort of thing, which is like a grenade. For 650 if you want it. But be very careful with your salvage. So just be aware. Next one along, which is to do with damage, which is basically for the arrows to be a bit more sharper. Similar sort of thing if you had just a pencil, it's not got a long pokey bit at all for you to get enough writing things down on a piece of paper, then it might be a bit blunt. Same sort of thing if your nails are being cut off and you push your finger on it, you don't really feel no flicking pain going through it. So you might want to pay for 250 for the arrows to be a bit more sharper, for you to do that if you want. But also, like I said, there's 3 new bits for that, which is the new bit that was the grenade bow. Next one, which is the one that has to be paid for first, which is this one for 250. The next one, which is locked, which is for 250 as well. So make sure you pay for this one first to get this one unlocked, which allows the arrows to be a bit more flicking sharper, a lot more sharper for people to get hurt. And also, that is brand new for you to use, as well as this one is new as well, for you to pay for 350, which allows you to have the arrows to be twice as flicking sharper and more painful to hurt people with. And that is for 300, but that is locked, so you have to select all of these 2 right here to unlock your final one for 350. And also the other new thing is this thing with the 2 heads that you'll find in the middle of the right hand side of the screen, which allows you to possibly hit 2 people at once, which I'm pretty sure that's what that does. But it is 650 for that. So it is flicking risky to pay for that, but it's up to you. But I'm not flicking doing that, paying for 650 for that. Next one along, which is the only 2 that's left, which is the first one for 200, and also the other one and the final one is locked as well, so you have to pay for this one first to unlock it. And what this will do is allow you to push the R2 button in to allow you make the arrows to fire even quicker. Alright, so if you haven't paid for 250 for this one and you push the R2 in and out, you're going to get ping, 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 that kind of thing, when you're pushing the R2 in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out several other times. But also when you do pay for it, you get ping, 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 similar sort of thing when you keep pushing the R2 in and out, in and out. And also, like I said, when you do pay for this one will come active for you to pay 250, which is the same sort of thing. It'll make you go ping, 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 ping. The arrows to do exactly just that. Alright, so what I'm going to do is start paying for something, I think, because there's going to be some tricky things coming up. So if I were you, you might, I'll tell you what, I'm going to get some more bullets for the gun, which allows me to fire 30 bullets. So I'm going to use that, because I like this gun. It's flicking quite nice. The damage, don't know precisely that. So I'm going to do that with the rifle. It's tricky, but I'll put some reload in it for 300. So there we go, that'll do it, with 5,472 sitting there for a moment. The shotgun, put some more damage into it, or should I just put some rate of fire in there? I should put some rate of fire in there. There we go, that'll cover it. Right, also the skills, I'm going to leave that for a little while. Okay, so also on the right hand side of the screen, that you'll find a picture of the shipwreck that will be up to a specific number and certain things on there, which you'll find below the shipwreck name of it on the right hand side. You'll find it's a 93%, as well as below the 93% you'll find 4 camps for you to find. And where you are by following my guides, you'll have exactly 4 of those. Next one along, which is to do with some documents, which is what you're looking for, are books that you're looking for. All right, so you're looking for books for that. All right, next one along, which is relics. You'll find them in boxes. And if you've been following along, you'll be able to find every single one of those so far, which will allow you to grab 6 of those, which is exactly what you want. Also, next one down is GPS caches, which allow you to grab 15 of those, but I've only grabbed hold of 13 of those at the moment. And also, in every bloody map there is, for example, the one I've done lately, last time I recorded, it was about the Crystal Forest, where you find the other 2 to make 3 out of 3. So, like I said, in every freaking area. Right, the mountain village, there's 15 of those GPS caches there. But when you grab every single one of those, which you'll find sooner or later, because we're close to having all of them, but when you do, you'll find Lara to say something very, very soon. Alright, so keep that in mind. But I'm not going to do it right now. Alright, next one along. Next one down, you'll find some tombs, which allows you to find 2 of them, which has been done. All right, next one down, which is to do with a challenge, which is allow you to find 5 of something to dig out of holes that has been done. All right, next one down, which is to do with another challenge, which allows you to destroy 10 of some sort of round ball with a pokey bit over there that you'll find. Okay, so that's all that. All right, so off we go. So we have got Jonah over there in his red little t-shirt and some shorts and a some sort of shoe or whatever kind of freaking thing is. And you've also got Whitman flicking over there with a nice freaking hot chocolate or a freaking hot cup of tea or some sort of drink. Sam is over there sleeping, and you would have thought you were able to stand on top of him, wouldn't you? Like if you want to walk over Sam, but you can't do that. You can't stand them. Yep, there's another friend of Lara's there. And also, that is Reyes over there. So obviously checking something or whatever. Yeah, you got that person there. So there are your 5 only friends, or just 5 people there is left. Lara, those three there, and Jonah over there. Alright, so off we go. Right, also you'll find some salvage crates to grab hold of for some of the weapons you might have not grabbed hold of, but you should be able to grab every single one of those of the weapons I showed you so far. Okay, also you want some fire arrows to burn this down, because it's too high for you to push the square or triangle, square or flicking their X in. So like I say, when you're pushing the square or X, we'd like to use the stick. It's too freaking high for her to burn the net down. Alright, so you've got the salvage there. Also, I'm going to switch the rifle back in to turn the flames off, which is what you can do. Or you could just push the B button and hold the B in, or the circle, whichever console. But also you'll have a rope stand up for you to use for your bow. So you want to hold L2 and R1 and keep tapping the square or X, and just keep tapping it to rip the door open, and you'll fire this thing and keep tapping the square X to make this slam down. Okay, what you want to do is keep L3 up and push the AOX, and keep L3 up if you want, and press AOX so you can get on top of it. So push the AOX 2 times. I press the AOX once and push the square and X. Or the way of doing it is push the A and X, or X and square together, and push the L3 towards the left, and push the same 2 letters or shapes, X and square or X and A, and keep L3 up and push your L3 up a bit more and turn it towards the left so I can keep shimming across this direction. And you'll find yourself having 100 salvage, 100 XP on the left hand side of the screen there. Also, you'll find another crate right here, which is salvage, which allows you to grab a lot more, which is giving me 65 on the right top side of the screen there. So with those silver boxes and the other boxes that I did, which is the ones that was burning, that I burnt down, and the one that was by the other bit where I just showed you, which will allow you to burn those, just to open those. Same thing again, there's some grey grenades in those boxes if you want them. Alright, next of all, what you want to do is press L3 up and push the X or 8 to hop onto the first one of these things. And keep L3 up because you want to climb up every single one of them. And then press A or X just once for you to get on top of this roof, where you'll find your 14th of the GPS caches. Alright, so you want to hop back down carefully. Alright, then what you want to do is, am I thinking too far ahead, or am I thinking a bit too, I think I'm thinking too far flicking ahead. I think I bloody am. Yes, I am. Yes, I am thinking too far ahead. Right, okay, you'll find this little round thing again that you might recognise, which will allow you to use your bow and your string. What you want to do is to go here and press the L2 and R1 for the string to come towards this round thing, and then press AX when it pops up to allow you to push the X up, L3 up with the A or X, as well as you could use your rope ascend up by pushing the square or X, which is what I'm going to do. To allow to smack the axe into that thing. Keep L3 up towards the right and press the AOX and press the X and A together, or X and square. If I like to hop and smash the action into this bit. Same thing again, any of those buttons, keep L3 up, L3 towards the right. Oh, could have fluffed that up then. That bit can be a bit tricky if you've got the right angle. Right, you should be able to press AX, just A or X to hop straight up it. Then you can hop straight on top of this bit, which is your final one. This is 15, one there, which is the GPS caches that you might want to grab hold of. Also, your document, which is your book, you want to grab hold of.
This island is...
Also, what you could do is press the triangle Y to stop that person talking so you can read it yourself, or say, screw the reading, screw all the talking, I'll just flick and continue by pressing the B or circle. So, do whatever you want. Also, hop on top of it by pressing the AOX 2 times and keep L3 up and press those 2 buttons, whichever console you're using, to hop on top of this thing. And put yourself up on top of this roundy bit here and keep L3 up to hop straight on top of it. And press AOX and L3 up to hop straight on top of this ladder. So you'll be climbing up the ladder. Then press A or X, whichever console you're using again. And turn your L3 towards the right so you can get around this bit and top of it. And you'll find these 2 things, which has got some string, which means your bow again with L2 and R1. So keep doing that and keep tapping the square X once you've done that bit first. Then what you want to do is do this one as well. It's behind the other one. So do exactly the same thing, L2 and R1, and tap the square X. And what you want to do is wait for this thing to come towards you, because the wind will push it away and put it towards. Right, so again, when this second one comes, push the AX. Don't worry about if this breaks, because it won't. So you can stand there, or you could just push the L3 up and push the AX. Okay, X or A to climb up on top of this thing. Or what you could have done was jumped on top of this string, which is where you want to be. So L3 up, press AX to pop on top of it and get lighter to slide down. Alright, well, you'll find some shotgun shells if you're low than me, which is my maximum number, 25. Alright, so it's up to you. Right, press AX 2 times and keep L3 up, and now push the L3 towards the right. So now I can shimmy across, press X or A, and keep L3 up towards the right, and again do the same thing, AX and L3 towards the right, and keep going, L3 up, so now I can climb up the ladder, and press A or X and X and square, or X and A together. I'll like to smack the axe into the stony gravelly bit there, and keep L3 up, where you'll find another crate right there, which is your salvage box. It's going to be 15 over there, and also you'll find some people over here. Right, also you can hop up here if you want. Right. Oi! I don't think so. Also, what I did do there with the rifle was push the R2 in and out a little bit. Ow! Yeah, she's dead down there, don't she? She didn't last long, did she? Right, so when you die down it, you'll be okay. Just stay over it, so you don't have to do none of that again. Right, same again. Also, like I say with the arrows, if you want to do some fire. Who missed that? Hey! Sod off. Oh, for goodness sake. Straight at it. Straight at it. Death is round my corner today. Right. Choose whichever way you want to go. It's up to you. You can stay here. Oh, how you fucking got away with that? Have that then. And also, as you may have heard, that the pistol sounds a bit more effective, don't you? Oi! And you're dead. I think there's a couple of XPs there. There's 50 there for that guy. And I think there's another 20 on the other one. And another 50 from the other guy, I think. Right, also what you want to do, just press the square X to grab whatever you can grab hold of, which is 4 arrows and 30 salvage from that guy for me. But like I say, with the salvaging stuff, you want to grab hold of it. And 6 bullets for a rifle and 23 salvage there from that guy there. This guy's going to give me 8 bullets and 19 salvage. Also this guy down it, which is going to give me 1 shotgun shell and 22 salvage. Also I'm going to get some fire shotgun shells ready, because as you can see on the top right corner again, you can find some fire shotgun shells, which is like a flame in the middle where the white patch is. And so I want to push the L3 nod, the left D-pad button just once, it turns it off. And when I push it again, it will turn it on, turn it off again, turn it on again. So keep doing the D-pads just once to switch it to whatever thing you want. Same thing again, flames for the bow, turn it off, use the D-pad up once. Alright, but also you'll find some rifle bullets there if you want them, or if you're quite low on them. Try to think. Right, so what you want to do is keep L3 up and push the A or X just once or 2 times. You need to grab onto this bit and use L3 and push it towards the left side, so I can do this bit and push the AX together, or X and square. And keep L3 up and turn it towards the left, so that I can shimmy across towards this angle for this bit. Right, also you'll find one of these again, which allows you to use your bow and your string, and you want to poke it towards up this bit. Alright, so L2 and R1, press the AX for light to zip away that, and then she'll smack the axe into the gravelly bit. So keep L3 up and push it towards the left, and keep it towards the left, and press A or X, and press X and square or A and X together when you keep the L3 towards the left. Oh, God, nearly fluffed that up then. Don't want a third death, not today. Not today. Right, so L3 up, where you find another ladder, so you want L3 up and press the AX. Right, also you'll find another one of these things, which is a bit of string tied up with something. So stand by it, because if you're standing too far over it and you're pushing the R1 and L2, you're going to fall down. Because when you get this bit to fall down, and once Laura uses that rope extender, she will fall down. Because once she's pulled that thing down with the rope extender, she'll fall down. Alright, so don't do that. You want to stand here. L2, R1, and then tap the square X, whichever console you want, and smash that and flip it and rip it off. And you'll find a salvage crate right here, which is 15 over there. Alright, right. So, next of all, you want to come down here, and then have I just gone the wrong way, or is it just me playing, or is my mind playing tricks? Nope, mine's playing tricks. So, right, so let's start this again. Right, so you want to come around it and turn around towards the left with L3. Let's go around the circle. Also, you find 100 XP on the left hand side there. Right, also you'll find some stony gravelly bit here. So you want to push L3 up and press X and square, or X and A together. We'll have to smack that bloody thing in there. And what you can do is press the square. No, you can press the B and X, but you can choose to press circle and then X, or you can. Right, so the choice you can do is press the circle and then square if you want, or press the X and B to get down carefully. So now I can smack that into the wall or gravelly bit and do exactly the same thing. And just keep doing it until she lands. Because if you're too high up, then you're going to die. So don't do that. Right, grenade launcher. Get your get your grenade launcher with L2 and R1 to smash that off, which is what you really want. Also, next of all, you want to do exactly the same for this one that's over it. And it broke itself off? No. Of course it blew didn't. Am I going to die? Nah. Right. Also, before we go anywhere, you're in a new area, which is on the right hand side of the screen of the place. That is RESEA. No, yeah. Oh, excuse me. Right, so it's RESEARCH Bays. So whatever the RESEARCH spells. So I've got no idea what that spells, but you've also got the bays in there with BASE. And also below that picture of the name of it, which is got 0 complete, which allows you to find some things on there, which has got 1 camp to find, and also it wants you to find 3 of the documents, which are the books again. So you have to find 3 of them. Next of all, you have to find relics. They're in boxes, but you're gonna have to find 2 of those. So keep an eye on the boxes, but you got me, so you'll be able to find it. All right, next of all, which is to do with 3 GPS caches, which is the only 3 that's left in the every bloody area there is. So you'll be able to find out what Lara will say. All right, next of all, which is treasure map or treasure maps, and you have to find one of those. And what that'll do is allow you to find every single thing in this area. Also, there is another way, is that you can complete a tomb for you to find wherever the remaining pieces are in the area you're in. But there isn't one in this area because you've only got a treasure map to find. All right. So whichever location you are in, like the if you was in, let's say, if you was in Shantytown and you completed a tomb, you'll find some bits and pieces that will pop up in that area. Okay, so you want to make sure you look for a treasure map or a tomb to complete in whichever location you're in. Like I say, if you was in a Shantytown or in the mountain village, and you'll find some bits and pieces hidden. All right. Also, there's a salvage crate there, which is 15 salvage there for me to grab hold of. But like I say, or what I meant to say, that if you've been following along, you'll be able to find all the weapons involving the guns and the bow itself, and you'll grab all the bonus bits that goes to it with amount of ones there is. Also, there's a relic right there for 25 XP on the left hand side of the screen. And also you can press the C or push the circle or B straight away, because you don't have to do nothing with that. I'll explain that in a good moment of time or so. Also, you should be able to find something there as well, but we'll get to that in a moment. I know it's in here somewhere. Also, the camera's being a bit strange on me at the moment, which is absolutely fine. But also, you'll find the GPS cache right here, which is giving me 5 XP with just one of the 3. So you're all okay. Also, you can burn this net down, which is your salvage crate, which is what you want. But also it's fallen over the other side, so you're gonna have to walk around the place to flicking find it. So you're all okay. Alright. Alright, also you should find another one somewhere as well. Also what I'm doing, as you may have seen, the colours changing a bit. I'm pushing L1 to do that. And also the salvage that fell, which is down it. And there is your final shotgun part. There it is. And that's the only remaining piece of every single weapon there is. So you've got them all. Alright, so also what you want to do is push the square X straight away. So you get the line to smack that axe in there. And push L3 up so you can climb yourself all the way up. And you'll find a hole. You can come straight in it. Alright. Also, next of all, you will find a challenge for you to start doing, which is something that is by the light. There's a little star thing in between the light. What I'm going to do, let's get my assault rifle from it. Any rifle, specific rifle, and shoot this light out. There we go. Shoot the light out, and you'll find the challenge, which is to do with one of these, which is like a star shape, which is allow you to find 5 of them to destroy. So you wanna, I'll tell you what, I'll use my bow to burn it even though it doesn't work. Yeah, you want to destroy 5 of them. Alright, so you want to look for 5 of them. Okay, right, so next of all, come down. Okay, then you'll find some guys in here. There's one guy buggered off over there. Also, you can hear some people talking as well. There, they're saying shut up. Right, you can find some shotgun shell boxes in it. Right, the shotgun shell bullets are in the green boxes, like these. Right, with the pistol bullets, they are in light blue boxes. Okay, with the rifle bullets, you're looking for brown boxes. Okay, but with the bows, the arrows, should I say, they're in round cylinders. Okay, I shall find one of those soon, if I can find them. Right, also, I'll borrow you, do not open this door. Don't open it. Okay, even though the square or X will pop up if you stand right beside it. Okay, the reason why you don't want to do that is because you're going to alert the people that are hiding somewhere, and you're going to meet them soon. Alright, okay, but there's only 2 people. Alright, so you'll be fine. If you want to risk opening this door and fight against 2 people, that's up to you. Alright, but also what you can do, instead of wasting a load of arrows and bullets and stuff, you can do this. Right, keep L3 up, allow to walk slowly. Okay, while you find a guy that is right here. And keep L3 up. And then wait for the triangle to pop up on the white. Allow to whack him in the head, or whack him in the back. And give him a whack in the backside. And wait for him to come back up. And whack him down again. And he'll be dead. For 10 XP right there. As well as that guy would have given me something, which is going to be 2 arrows and 27 salvage right dead. Also, what you can do is hop down. If the guy has fallen down, already bloody flicking hiding, which is down there, which is quite surprising. He's given me 6 bullets for the rifle and 27 salvage. So now what you can do is come back round the other side. Okay, because now what you can do is go to this door and rip the bloody thing off, or rip it open, Alright, and what you want to do is hop straight over. And keep L3 up and press the AX so you can hop straight over. And you'll find a box which is to do with XP. Nothing to do with salvage or nothing. So you want to, if you want some XP, then go for the boxes that's orange. It'll allow you to grab 20 XP right there. And also you should find a GPS cache right here, which is going to give me 5 XP. So there's your second one out of 3. Now what you want to do is hop straight over. And then, am I going to find the right way or am I going to find the wrong way? The wrong way. So I'm going to find the right way. Okay. So what you want to do is go this way and hop straight up and over. Because what you want to do is come around towards the door again and grab a bow or something. Because you will find another star right here. So you want to destroy that. Let's see why it's flicking not destroyed with a flicking arrow. So what I'm going to do is hold L2 and R2 and hold the R2 in a bit more flicking harder for the line to pull the string with the arrow itself to fire a bit more flicking harder to destroy something that's not as hard as I thought. She might have done that for that. So there's your second stop. Also your document right here, which is what you want for 25 XP. Also I'm going to get that to shut. So there's your second one. So now you'll have only got 2 more documents to find and 1 more relic and 1 more GPS cache. Alright, and also 2 more stars and the treasure map for you to grab hold of. Alright, but also what I'm going to do now is go to the camp, which is going to allow you to find that the shotgun of the pump action shotgun's changed, which will be combat shotgun. So you got compound shotgun, and also 100% would pop up, as well as combat shotgun complete with X to start off again, as well as I'm going to go to the shotgun, which is the pump shotgun, combat shotgun, which has now got 9 pieces instead of 7 pieces. So the second part of it, which is the new bits that's in there, which is another shotgun part for you to do some more damage with the bullets for you to do, which is locked. Alright. And also another one, which is another get your shotgun to load up even faster, which I've paid for the first one, like I said, which is the second one for you to have some more flicking bullets, which is giving you 12, but it is 400 by the way. But we might do that next time, maybe somewhere around there. But I'm thinking about doing it. But that is for next time, because it could be time for my special thing that has got to be done, because everybody gets it. But for now, that's where we're going to leave it, and I shall catch you on the next one. Take care.